trying to come up with the angle. It's gonna show you the food, and I'm having a lemon ginger shot from Justa Grocers, and it's insane. There's honey in here. You want to make it at home? Ooh, it's potent, but it's also sweet, and it's citrusy. Whoa. Okay, so what I would do is I would blend ginger with water, and then I would strain it. I would probably heat up. I would heat the ginger to fully bloom it. Then I would pour it into a container, and when it cooled, I would add, before it cooled, when it's warm, I'd add honey. You can just blend it all together. Here's what I would do. Okay, here we go. You blend the ginger with water in a carafe in a blender. Then you pour it into, I think it's best to heat it. So you heat it up, then strain it into the carafe. Then add lemon juice, then add honey, blend, and then you could stick it in the freezer. Hey, Michelle. Hey. We have a different angle. We have a candle. We have, let's have the candle. We have a fresh jar of tahini. We have veggies that need a dressing. We have bok choy. We have, who knows what I'm gonna do here, but I do wanna eat some veggies because I've basically turned into a fruitarian. During the day, all I wanna eat is fruit. I met my friend Rochelle at Air One today, and I got this green juice with coconut cream in it, which was so good. And I ate strawberries, blueberries, and little pieces of coconut for lunch. Then I had blackberries later on. Then I had an apple. Then I had an apricot. Then I'm having my lemon ginger shot. And hey, I'm gonna turn on, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna see the comments here so I can see your comments and make the food. Let's do it. I did that last night. I forgot all about it. I have my own monitor. How exciting. Today was so wild. Like, wait, I'm gonna see your comments in 1 second. Let's go to my channel and I can see myself live. Ooh, fun. How exciting. Today was so wild. Hiya, Angela. I'm doing good. Hey, Miss Kat, and Michelle's here. I missed Michelle last night. I miss you guys when you're not here because I do this for our community and to hang out. That's the love. Witza Jean is in the house. So I actually got to meet Witza Jean in person in Sedona, and Witza, you're gonna love this. You guys are gonna love this. So I go to the beach this morning because I want to see the ocean every day. Then I go to Air One to meet Rochelle. Then I came home, did some work, and I decided, you know what, I need my other walk to go get this lemon ginger shot and apricots at Justa Grocer. And on the way home, I saw Jada's friend Corey, who's my friend too, driving, and I was like, hey. And then these two people on Abikini were like, we know you from, you did a session for us like 3 years ago, and not in person, it was on the phone when I was doing this app called Pluto, where I did like I help people in an app. It was an interesting app. And then we had a long conversation, and on the way home, all of a sudden I'm like, Mom was home, and there's a pickup truck, and I hear Dara, and it was Ian from Sedona. And I was like, what? Like, what's happening? It was crazy. Hey, Jaden. Hey, loves in Mexico. I know you're happy eating the raw food. Witza Jean has been following. She's an OG like you guys for years and years. And she has her own YouTube channel called Love Witza. So join her because she's eating raw food happily in Mexico. And she made some really big, beautiful, bold moves in her life that I have been applauding. So we're all hanging out, and Jaden's with you. How lovely. We have a Jada. I have a Jada. She is a Jaden. This is my licorice root tea from earlier. I'm always making some kind of tincture, tonic, all the time. Always stuff going on. Alchemy, as Michelle calls it. I've been doing alchemy For years, I'm always doing alchemy, and the latest from Michelle's tarot language, she speaks tarot, is I am to be the magician. She'll give me like an archetype to be that day or that week or the energy that I need, and then I'll draw it out in art journaling, and I am the magician now, and I am doing alchemy. And here we are with our beautiful family. And however few show up, however many, I think it's really important for us to stay connected and support each other. I got this really cool thing called Restore. It goes in water. It's got electrolytes and liposomal vitamins and B and magnesium, and it's just off the hook, but revitalizing. So enough talk. Not enough talk. I am going to always start with the garlic. Look how much garlic I have. And I'm going to show you how much ginger I have. Let me get the ginger because we need that. There's not a meal that goes on without, oops, coming. I'm coming, you guys. Okay. There's not a meal that happens without ginger and garlic. And I think I'm warding off anything with these things. Like, it's full on. We have cilantro. So is it a romaine day? Or is it I have the romaine that I washed it and I cut it. So I think we should have the romaine. Honestly, it feels like it needs to be a romaine moment. You guys can vote. I'm gonna chop up. I'm making magic. Magician in the kitchen. It's so true. So I'm gonna do the ginger. I always start with the ginger and garlic, and then whatever happens, happens. It could be all intuitive. Bok choy sounds interesting to me right now. We'll take a look at the romaine and see if it's gonna be good another day. Have you guys been making raw food? How's your food intake? What do you need to, what offender do you need to leave out? What can you leave out in order to be clean, clear, and bright? Here we go. In your diet, what can you leave out? You don't have to name it, but just list it for yourself, or you can name it, and I can give you a substitute, a healthy substitute, and what item in your home needs to go to because it's bugging you. And if it's in your consciousness bugging you, then it's taking up real estate in your home and in your psyche, which is too much space for something that could just be gone. What's more important? Your precious real estate, your happiness, or the thing that you are maybe is too big to get rid of, or it's overwhelming, or you got to get help if it's too big. Yesterday, my furniture was rearranged. So when I got home, I was like, oh, it just feels not like me, but it was way too heavy for me to move. The porch furniture hasn't been moved, but the living room furniture, Ben just did it. I took a video of him, a time-lapse video of him moving it, and I was like, oh my God, what an act of service. I almost can't decide if my love language is acts of service or words of affirmation. I have to think the number one is words of affirmation, but acts of service make me so happy. Especially like it's something you can't do yourself, you know, move something big. Hey Ryan, how you feeling? Are you out on your walk tonight? You guys are keeping me healthy. You wanna know how? Because I love communing with you, and because I wanna make something more interesting than just romaine and tahini and salt, which could happen for dinner. My lunch, I was laughing. I was gonna make a video earlier because I was cutting an apple and I cut a chunk and then I put raisins. I put the apple and the raisins and I chewed it. And I'm like, really? I could cut up the apples, and if I was hanging out with you guys, I'd cut up the apple, put some raisins with it, a little squeeze of lemon juice. But no, that's how simple it can be. You can literally just take a bite of an apple, put a raisin in your mouth. Celery, stick some tahini on it or some nut butter. You did your walk earlier? You wanted to be out before sunset? That's lovely. How are you feeling? How are you doing? Does anybody have any questions or need me to encourage them to let go of any offending food items? because they're items, they're product. If they're not healthy, they're product. Or any, this is a lot of garlic. This is 2 cloves of garlic that I am, in fact, going to eat. Now the question is this gonna be a raw meal? Which I think it might be. This might be straight up raw. Straight up. Remember that Paula Abdul song, Straight Up Now Tell Me If You Wanna Love Me Forever? But tomorrow we'll go on a long full moon walk. So we have the solstice right now, longest day of the year. And then we have, and who's to say I can't have a little romaine and a little bok choy? That's silly. But of course I can. I could do both. It's the solstice. And then we have the full moon, I think tomorrow. Is that correct? The full moon in Capricorn. There's going to be 2 full moons in Capricorn. Tomorrow, yeah, we don't want to cut the bok choy yet. We're going to make a little bowl. I'm getting organized here. It's not quite right. I did move the silverware because I kept getting annoyed that it wasn't in the place that I need it. Here's our bottom of the bowl. Okay? We're doing bottom of the bowl right now. So we have can you see? So we have garlic. We're gonna do ginger. You know I hate the mess. I'm gonna move it away. Move it out of my sight. So we're gonna have garlic is going in. And then we're gonna cut our ginger. I'm gonna raise up my iPad. How can I do that? I know how I can do it. A bowl. So I can see your comments. You've been working 6 days a week and today was your day off, so I'm just trying self-care before getting back into work mode. That's lovely. You're taking some time for yourself. Did you do anything particularly healthy besides go for your evening walk? Sometimes just taking a staycation day at home is the answer. Let me tell you guys, there's something about the ginger, which is so anti-inflammatory, and the garlic, which is so pungent and antimicrobial. It's like you're taking medicine, but it does something like, it just blossoms the salad. So you just are like, wow, it's so potent. And if you don't like raw garlic, I totally understand. I didn't want raw garlic for a long time. Then you cook the garlic, which I still could do. That sounds appealing. Cook the garlic and then put it over your raw veggies. That's totally legit. You saw your therapist, that's good. I need flowers in this kitchen. I'm still getting together now. No, I don't eat meat. Hell no, I don't eat meat. I don't care. I love you guys no matter what you eat, but I can't eat the meat. There's not even, no. And believe me, it's everywhere. And a lot of people I know eat it. And I normally get influenced by food desires, but not in the meat department. No. It doesn't do it for me. And I have nothing against people who do. It just does not. I'm like fruitarian right now. I was thinking before I turned on the camera because somebody last night said she was depressed. And I was like, talk to me after a couple of days of eating fruit. I get so much energy and so much happiness when I eat fruit. It's very lifting that it would be the very first thing I would do if I were feeling depressed, because there are foods that will keep you down on your sofa. All right, we got ginger. Put away the mess behind me. Now, we are going to use this tahini that I just bought because, okay, are we cooking the garlic or not? COVID changed your foods. COVID changed so many people's lives. It took people's lives. So many things surrounding COVID and rules and demands took people's lives, changed people's lives. People moved. People got married, people broke up, people lost jobs, people realized they could work from home and they're no longer living in the cities that they were living in. Like, it is unbelievable the repercussions and the ripple effect of that event. Well, some people who used to be vegan say, no, I'm not going to be vegan anymore. And that's really good for them. You got to give me, hey Sharon, you got to give you a thumbs up live instead of after. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You love my videos. I'm so happy. You're so inspiring. Thank you. Words of affirmation. It's a thing. I guess you guys can't do acts of service for me. I have to really, I never could decide if it was acts of service or, I think it's words of affirmation because that just makes me so happy. You love vegetables and you love avocados, so you eat it a lot. Gluten is a huge issue. Gluten, see, here's the thing. Many years ago, there was not gluten-free options. There's so many vegan Mario bread, gluten-free. I mean, there's gluten-free pastas, there's gluten-free. I can't even eat those. They make me feel bloated. But the gluten-free options these days are so great. And gluten in our country, in this country, in the United States, is just highly inflammatory. Maybe in other countries it's not, but I would stay away. I would stay away. Limit. Nope, cold turkey. That's my advice, which you already know. So why can't you stop it? Do you have substitutes? Oh, sprouted bread's good. Sourdough, I guess, would be the better choice. And mushroom coffee, lovely. Well, if gluten's your most horrible thing, but if you know you're doing something that isn't serving you, a lot of people need to give up gluten. I'm not even allergic, and I feel weird after having it. Best Buy 2025. Ta-da. It's a little oily. The oil peeked through. I ordered a new Kyocera knife, a light green one. I just stole this from the downstairs apartment because I need my Kyocera. I've not had one. I've not had one for like 10 years. Why do you crave meat? Well, there's a number of reasons you might crave meat. It might actually be helping you. There are in regular meats that, think about, the animal gets an adrenal boost before it is killed, and you're getting adrenal rush from the meat. You're getting a lot from the meat that you won't know if you crave it until you stop eating it for a few weeks. And that's really hard for some people, I think, because you're getting all kinds of things. And there are ways to get protein without eating the meat, but I understand that it's a massive craving. And I can't really say because it's probably been 18 years since I've had meat. I used to have nightmares that I ate half a hamburger. I've eaten so much watermelon. I don't know, you have to, I actually would love to know why you crave meat and why people crave meat. I know people do, I just don't. I've eaten so much watermelon and cantaloupe this week while it's hot. You also feel like a fruitarian. I just can't help it. I was like, I started watching Dr. Robert Morse last night on YouTube because he's all about the fruit, not about the nuts until after you've cleansed your body, which I'm cleansed, so I can have the very few nuts that I have or a little bit of nut butter, and low on the avocado until you've cleaned yourself up. But I am a huge fan of an all-fruit diet with herbs, and I was gonna purchase his Heal All tea, and I was reading about candida, and you could flush it inside your body, internally, drinking it, other ways to heal if you have candida. But I really am fascinated with the energy that I have eating raw, mostly fruits and greens. Okay, let's put, it feels like it's dark in here, except I got these two little lights on. I'm going to probably get better lighting for in here, but for now, it's fine. We got a little tahini in our dressing. That makes me want to lick it, but it makes me want to put salt on it and lick it, but I'm going to use a spoon to mix. We're going to have lemon because we're going to add some vitamin C. I don't mind if the, I don't really want the pit, but I don't mind if the pit gets in. I love knowing where my things are. I feel so pleased. Lemon. This is like medicine, you guys. It actually is gonna taste amazing. Sink. Herbie used to wipe the sink with orange and lemon peels. He saw that somewhere. It's so cute. Okay, so we have lemon. We need salt. Alberta, it's good to do. Oh, that was you, Michelle, that said fruitarian. Well, that's good. There's no, if you want energy and like to get up and out of your can, your home, your environment, nothing better than eating fruit. You won't be able to sit still. If you're trying to write a book, I'd say don't do it. But if you are wanting to be active, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Cucumbers and yogurt with dill for dinner. Ah, you got a little inspo from the magician in the kitchen. That's amazing. Was it good? With salt, right? Did you put garlic in? I'm adding a lot of salt. I'm a salt freak. What's a strange combo? Oh, orange has been, oh, wow. That is a strange combo, but sounds delicious to me. That's so fruitarian. Speaking of cilantro, I have some. So if I just did what I did, that would be enough. But I don't have cayenne, and I like cayenne, a little bit of cayenne. Cayenne has something called capsaicin, and it boosts your metabolism. If you want to lose weight, you eat the spice. Turmeric, no. That wouldn't hurt. Cardamom, no. Oh, I thought I had cayenne. I do. So happy. Salt and garlic powder, perfect. A little bit of cayenne, not like the ginger and the garlic isn't gonna be like. And I think I'll add a little coconut yogurt, so that'll cool it down a little bit. And fruits, herbs, and greens is the best. It is. I know, I saw that you're eating a lot more raw, and I help you keep on track. I'm obsessed. Like, there's nothing that interests me that's not that. I could have anything at Air One. They have beautiful prepared foods. I could eat something cooked, but I don't want it. Just don't want it. Last night was like the first I cooked the red pepper cauliflower with the garlic and ginger and tomatoes, and I was like, okay, that's good for a while. It's funny, cooked food is like a slippery slope. Like, when you eat raw and you're all raw, you're fine. But the minute you start adding cooked foods in, you go down the cooked food thing, and then it goes to all kinds of things, like gluten-free or gluten. I'm gonna taste this. This looks so good. Okay, you know we need, oh my God. That's like, you know what that's like? That's like an onion dip. The kind we used to make with, like, I don't know, Lipton's French onion soup and pour it into sour cream and mix it up and stick potato chips in it. That's my, like, last day food. If it were my last day on earth, I'd have that, plus the miso cookies at Juice de Grocer. I feel hot. So tell me, so somebody, you fessed up about the not wanting to, the gluten. Is anybody else having a hard time giving up anything? Cookies, sugary things? Feel free to share with me, because I like to come up with substitutes, as you know. That's my jam. All right, I have cucumber left in the refrigerator, so I'm gonna save some of the dill for the cucumber because they just go together so well. But dill is so medicinal. It's going in. Dill's good for mouth health, digestion. What else? I could look at my, no, I don't have a dill doobie yet. Oh, the smells. You guys, The dill. It's an olfactory experience going on here. It's an extravaganza, olfactory. I have mint. I'm gonna put some in. I made mint tea the other night. It was so good. Fresh mint with honey. Michelle. My smoothie today was a clean out of the fridge smoothie. Perfect. Blackberries, strawberries, spinach with frozen banana. Amazing. Mine had a persimmon and banana and Purium products. Purium super meal. It actually kept me full long because it had pea protein in it, which hasn't been on in my repertoire, but Troy had given me a bag of the super meal from Purium, and it was very filling. Don't forget thumbs up. Thumbs up. Okay, we need a little more liquid in here. I can see that. So I'm gonna add I'll add a little titch of my lemon ginger honey shot. And then we're going to have a bottom of the bowl, and we get to decide what goes in it. That's a dip. That's less like a dressing, but the water from the vegetables will probably thin it out. I didn't add onion. I've been staying away from onion. I have this avocado. There's not much. We have some tomato. Let's use this beautiful little baby. Why not? We're also going to use a little bok choy and a little bit of the romaine. Now, if you put in a bitter green, like I always say, you gotta add something sweet like cranberries, raisins, or a titch of honey or maple syrup or molasses to balance out the bitter. But I really don't like sweet salads. When somebody serves me a sweet salad, I don't like it. So it's a really just the littlest amount. Do not serve me any salad that tastes sweet. And that just happened somewhere. I juiced the other day. And I was like, they went wrong. They went wrong. There was some quinoa in the salad. I had some, and mushrooms that were lovely, but the sweet, no. Oh, this romaine is glorious. And there's gonna be avocado going in. Please make your salads decadent. If you're not full fruitarian, low fat, make your salads decadent so that you crave your salads, that you're not like suffering with like a boring, you know, not decadent salad. That's just sad. And it's not fair to the salad side of things. And so if you're craving meat, I would say, no, you can eat your meat, have your meat waiting, but eat this first and you'll eat less meat. Eventually you won't want the meat. If you get my soups and smoothies ebook and you have a smoothie in the morning and a soup in the afternoon, you're not gonna want meat. I really don't think so. But report back. Okay, a little more, because this is very dressing oriented. It's dressing heavy. She means thumbs up for the likes, right? How are we doing with our likes? Oh, we could definitely use more thumbs up for liking the video. Okay, not that I don't even know if it matters, to be honest. I know that, I don't know the algorithms. So I'm guessing this doesn't have enough salt, but I'm going to report back in a second. And I could plate this, but I don't have to. I usually do replate, but since it's a bottom of the bowl, fastest salad in the West, no replating, because then you only have to wash this and the counter and the cutting board and the knife. The knife, the spoon I just used, the fork, and the cutting board. On the counter. Hey, Lon, about to taste the salad. Yeah. I have to tell you, there's something about the raw garlic that just, and when you cook it, you get a beautiful flavor, and I highly recommend you do that if you don't want raw garlic. But this tastes like it's cleaning my body and warding off any germs. Like, I feel that. And the flavor is so gorgeous. We do need a little more salt, but it's like the cayenne, the ginger, the garlic, the lemon, the dill, the coconut yogurt. The tahini, it's insane. This might be my favorite. Ah, okay. Have molasses. I might put a touch of molasses in. Molasses is high in iron. Oops, that's apple cider vinegar. Plantation organic blackstrap molasses. Just a titch. But if you put this in your tea, if you eat oatmeal, if you're eating, put it in your smoothie, it really does a thing. I think we're done here, and this doesn't have to be a long video, but it's better if I don't always do long videos, just to make sure I do show up instead of going, oh, I'm gonna be on for an hour and a half and I have other stuff I need to do, like art journaling. I am art journaling around this period of time to make magic, like to manifest energy, and it worked today. I had the most magical, just like people smiling at me, and just like it was like effortless. It was like an effortless day. Are you leaving, Lon? Hi and bye. Ms. Cat, you missed these videos so much. They inspired me to eat better and do better. Thank you. I'm so glad. Thank you for saying so, because the idea for me is that I'm showing up to have a place where you all can share ideas and commune, because sometimes life gets lonely, boring, uninspiring, negative, and I know that I supply a space for our family under the Dara umbrella, which is just stellar. You're from the South and you love molasses. Yeah, add it. How will you add it? What other ideas things you can do with molasses? Oh no, I'm not leaving. Oh, hi and bye. No, I said I'm gonna leave, but I always clean up before I go and gives you guys a chance to talk. And I can eat this, because actually, the food I've been making here in Venice, remember how I was making the food in Sedona, and I'm like, by the time I was done making it, was I making food there? Or just soups? But sometimes I make the video and I taste it, and then I want to have a tonic and I don't eat the dinner and I just stick it in the fridge. But lately, what I've been making has just been like, I want to eat it. It's really exciting. Hey, Nico. You take a tablespoon every day of molasses? That's just straight up. Straight up, that's perfect. If you need iron, that's so great. I never thought of that. Yeah. Mom, when I wipe the counter, we're as good as done. That's funny. When the veggies are away and the counter's wiped, bye. That's really funny. Oh my God. That sounds really good, molasses on cornbread. When you want to, so I think, like, of course I can have that. There's cornbread is always going to exist, and so will molasses, and I can have a bite of it if I want it. But I'm on such a trajectory where this is like, I've gotten to the place where this is all I want. But maybe when you start something like this for the first 3 weeks, you're like, you could have all kinds of cravings. That doesn't happen to me, because I don't tell myself I can't have it. I can have whatever I want. I can have cornbread with molasses if I want it. I can have a piece of salmon if I want it. So it's more for me like, I'm not eating that now, but it will always exist. So I love what David Wolf used to say. He's like, well, if you are scared to give up eggplant parmesan, then eat it every day until you're so sick of it. But for me, I just say, eat this first, and it will always be there. Wow. You're making me want to have a tablespoon of molasses. I like to have it in tea. Does anybody know if it gets damaged? The properties get damaged if it goes in hot water? I am not a molasses expert. Should I start cleaning up? It's the raw garlic for me these days. That tahini, really, This is not raw tahini, I don't think. But I don't care. I might like it better. 100% stone ground sesame butter via Harada. Tahini via Villa Gerada, Jerada. 2 tablespoons in a serving. Five grams of protein. I'm really loving this. Oh, via Harada.com. Where is this from? Well, you can look it up, you guys. Villa, VILLAJERADA.com. I never heard of them. They had 1 jar, proudly made in the USA. Okay, it's USA. They had 1 jar left, and I was like, okay, I'm getting it. Oh, we didn't do the avocado. Dana, I just bought coconut butter this evening. I was inspired by you mentioning it last night. How's the consistency? Is it soft enough? Victoria, hey Dara, I love your live vid so much. So calming to watch at the end of the day. It's nighttime with Dara and you guys. So I do want avocado. I want all the fats. I've got tahini, coconut yogurt. That's it. That's it. I didn't add, are you okay, little avocado? Yeah, you are. The pit was brown. So do it up. I don't know if I mentioned cayenne. I added cayenne with the mint, ginger, and garlic, but that's like my new kick. I can't get off of it. Yeah, it might be a bit hard. Maybe put it in water in a pot to warm it up and then mix it up. But that's why I love the Cat Beauty Daily one, because it's soft and I kind of remember them being a little hard. I should replate this to show you guys, but I'm gonna clean up first and maybe then I'll replate. So the romaine, so I really love to do this with romaine because I find that if I just put the whole romaine in the refrigerator, unwashed, uncut, it ends up just, and then, but, because I know I have to cut it and wash it and dry it. But if I wash it right away, if I cut the ends off right away and I wash it and I wrap it like a baby in a nice clean towel and dry it in the fridge, when I want, like if I wasn't making a YouTube video tonight and I wanted to do my artwork or some other work, this, it's ready to go. Tahini and olives, tahini and date, you know the drill, right? Avocado, whatever you want. Go. And this makes all the difference in the world. So when you get your romaine and it's ready, when you need a little snack and you don't feel like doing the whole thing, right? I'm gonna cut up the rest of this bok choy and use it. My salad looks and tastes amazing. Gotta fly, bye. Magali is here. I'm curious, let me know, Dana, next time. Because I did see coconut butter in Air One, like the, what kind was it? It's like a classic, it's a classic brand, Artisanal. And I was like, that looks hard. But I think you can soften it up because it should be more malleable the warmer it gets. That's what happens with coconut oil, right? When it's cold, it's hard, and when it's warm, it gets, I think you need to warm it up. That's my suggestion. It smells like heaven in here. And honestly, I prefer not to cook. Lately, I don't even want to heat up my tonics. So I make my hot tonic and I put it in a thermos and I don't have to touch the stove again. It's so warming to see you in the kitchen. I met you. I know, right? Does it just feel like old times, but better? I'm smarter now. Oh, it does say on the jar you can warm it up. Great. In a pot with water, is that how they're suggesting it? Nativa. Yeah, that's another classic. So you just, you know, you warm it up. Let us know. Maybe use a hot spoon in it. I would warm it. This is beautiful for later. I collect my veggies. I really need a bowl. This fig is so good. Dessert. Cut it open, sprinkle salt. That's been my lunch some days, is just figs with salt. We got dill. I'm gonna stick this back in the water in the fridge. Oh, you can, oh, the cilantro needs more water. My refrigerator is pretty bare. It just has the fruit, the veggies, some coconut yogurt, some matcha, and it's just, what I'm doing is so European. I'm walking each day to get some vegetables I like. Obviously, I'm collecting some extras that I don't use the whole thing. Like this, I'm funny, like I didn't finish the apple. I'm gonna eat that tonight. I'm such a nibbler, and I'm also notorious for taking a bite of something and then leaving it on the counter, and I just don't eat the whole thing always. There'll be like a piece of chocolate somewhere and on the counter, piece of cookie, cracker. I'm a nibbler. This is really fun. It's fun to look forward to hang out with you guys, and I feel very blessed that you're here. I really want to thank you for being here. It's your time and energy. I mean, there's a million things we could do with our time, right? Read a book, watch something. Deb, hi Dara, I love figs, but something about them gave me a major allergic reaction. Wow, head to toe burning. What could it be? Wow, that's fascinating. I don't know. Look it up. Like, why fig allergies? Could be the bee pollen. I can't eat bee pollen. If I have more than like 3 or 4, my stomach feels upset. I don't think like, I don't eat enough to the point where it's like really bad, but it doesn't feel good to me, the bee pollen. I can't eat a lot. Maybe I'd have to build up tolerance, but then why? If it doesn't feel right to you and your body's screaming, just don't eat it. That's my advice. You're lucky that you have a reaction. You're lucky enough to have a reaction so that it's not affecting you internally without alarming the bells externally. So you just stay away from it. And I read this beautiful book, Diana herself, and one of her lessons she learns is to pay attention to it, like wild foraging. We instinctively know what our bodies will be good for, what will be good for us and what won't. And she had like pains when she thought of eating something that wasn't gonna be good for her. So we know intuitively, and that's why I like this cleanup diet, because it makes us more in tune to what is right and what's not. And when last night I didn't want to eat the bok choy, I just got like a no, and it may not have been too old, and I could have sauteed it, although I don't want to eat cooked food. And someone's like, don't encourage throwing out food. You should have sauteed it. And I was like, I just got a no. Who knows? Maybe there was like something about it that wouldn't have been good for me. So we have to listen to ourselves, but we can only listen to ourselves when we are in fact clean enough so that the parasites aren't demanding the food, or the candida, or the, demanding sugar, whatever it is. Like, we want to trust ourselves, and the only way we can know is if we are actually, picture us like roaming the forest for like healthy mushrooms versus poisonous ones, and what plants to eat and what berries. If we are out in nature actually barefoot running through the forest, we're probably going to be pretty lean, and we're probably not going to have eaten weird foods that you get in the middle of the grocery store. So we're going to be like pretty clean. So we want to get ourselves to that clean point so that we can in fact intuit for ourselves. And that way when we're clean and we intuit that we need meat, you need the meat. But if you are coming from a diet of all kinds of things and it's not an intuition thing, it's a big fat craving, that I would consider. I'll get like yes, I need those blackberries, or no. Like I just get a yes or a no because I'm operating at that level. I'm operating at the point 70 raw days later where I feel like I feel very alkaline, and I feel very spiritual. I feel very unconcerned with some heavy things, which I could be. And I'm so grateful that my stovetop broke and I went raw. Like, thank you for that. Which I knew I was going to go raw come warmer weather. I'm sorry you love figs. I know. I once learned I couldn't eat garlic, which is going to be interesting if this is okay. Or cashews. Never bananas though. Apples I couldn't eat for a while. It's going to be interesting to do the food allergy test again. Probably ginger and garlic will come up because I just have so much of it. I was having wild blueberries every day, and wild blueberries came up. So I kind of think if your body has like maybe like, okay, enough. I don't know. No, I know. I'm glad you read that, Magali, because I was like, I know someone's going to read that and be like, Darren never encourages waste. Like, this bowl is dedicated to, like, the cauliflower that's left over and the lemon that I don't waste. Obviously, this is proof of me not wasting. This is going back in the fridge, and each day I take a little bit from it. Hell no. That's funny. I don't know who that was, but whatever. Deb, I tried them 3 times in 1 week. Apparently organic. It was in spring season. Yeah, I don't know, but it's just your body saying, don't do it. Just don't do it. I remember I once had raspberries at a restaurant and my throat closed up and I was like, and it got itchy. And so I was afraid of raspberries forever. But later on, I was like, were they organic? I don't know. Try a fresh California mission fig in summertime. There you go. And see, in Greece and Turkey, figs are only in season midsummer. So we have figs in season here right now, and they're fresh and they're gorgeous. So perhaps there was mold on the fig, or we don't know, or those particular figs. So have Benadryl ready. Even though I'm not a proponent, but like it's scary when you have a big fat allergic reaction. I've never been allergic to bees. And I found a beehive in my garage studio here, and I called Picasso Removers. Is the second time, and I called them to remove it, and they removed it, and the bees were flying all around the courtyard. And I wanted to run and get something into my studio, and as I was running up the stairs, a bee got caught in my hair, and it stung my head, and I went into it was like almost anaphylactic. Like I was terrified. My face got swollen and red, and I felt like it was horrible. And I was like, oh my God, I'm allergic. So it could be a bee pollen bee thing. I don't do well with pineapple. It makes my tongue feel burny. I was going to try it again today, but then I was like, meh. Yeah, it makes my tongue feel, and I like it. Unless it's really ripe. I don't know. So what do we think, you guys? I think we're close to clean, but not yet. I haven't wiped the counter. How lucky are we to be able to have this time? So the refrigerator stuff's over there. Oh, the molasses. I'm gonna organize this drawer, which now it has nut butters and salt and tonic stuff and teas. I just put all my Imperium stuff. It's all mushed around in this mushy, big, beautiful drawer. And then this side, someone put pans here, but I want this for I'm gonna have like, I'll show you guys after I do it, but it's not right now. Spices and teas over here, Imperium and nut butters over here. I don't know how I'll do it, but sometimes it takes being in a space for a little while to feel how you want it. Obviously, I've been in this space many years, but what I'm eating now is like Imperium powders and liquids, a little nut butter, tahini, salt. I have tonic herbs. I'm kind of fascinated with this drawer, and it definitely, I might do it tonight. Goji powder. I have Tulsi rose tea. That's nice. I'll sort it out. At least I know that everything's in there. There's nowhere else that anything is except a couple of my spices on this side. I love being organized in the kitchen. It makes you function so much better. Oh my, do I own both houses? I made like a big move, a baller move, and I did get Sedona, but I think I'm gonna Airbnb it. We don't know what's happening yet, but I am good at Airbnbs. I'm a super host, so the bottom two here will be Airbnb'd. Oh my gosh, thank you. I look awesome. I don't even know if I did, what? Thank you. Thank you for that. I accept. Not sure why this kitchen feels better. Maybe because of all the memories. Well, it's got an island. So does the other one. Yeah, why don't I set it up the same way? Where the sink's behind me. It's weird. Well, when I go back there, I will try and set it up just like this and see. I was always filming at the counter and doing vertical because for 2 years, I couldn't figure out how to do the horizontal video until Adam told me. So when it's horizontal, it's a different setup. So I might be able to do a prettier setup there. It's very similar to this, except it's brown. It's brown. And I think, honestly, astrogeographically, this energy suits me better. I am on a Jupiter rising line, which changed my life when I moved here, and it feels the same today as it did 20 years ago. And my astrogeography, I have a little bit of Jupiter in Sedona. It's not gone, I still have it, but I also have a crossing of Chiron midheaven and sun descending. And that Chiron midheaven's a little like, it's just a different energy. I'm in the mountains, it's quiet, it's remote. Here, it's like hopping and popping. I saw in like 10 minutes, I saw 3 different people at 3 different parts of my walk. It was like, what's happening? People are smiling at me. It's just like a different energy, so I think you're feeling that. Oh, that's a good question. Where does it feel more snuggly to sleep? I say Sedona's snugglier. Sedona's snuggly. Sedona's like a warm hug. Brown, so fireplaces, the mountains. Sedona feels snuggly. But so does my pink rose quartz room here that I lime washed. It feels a little more like I'm in heaven here, like up and bright, and there I'm like cozy in like a cave or cabin. I'd love to learn more about astrogeography. Check my website. I made a course on it. Where was I for the past 6 years? I made life tools that will help your life. I promise. And I worked hard, and they're good. And now I get to be back because I did them. There is another one coming. Sign up for my newsletter. There's another one coming that's going to beat the band. But I did life direction tools for you guys, and it was a lot. That's where I was. My pink room is so pretty, seeking health. You're right. Just be. Blessings, blessings. Happy Jupiter Day. Happy solstice. About the astrogeography, I mean, it changed my life. In 2005, I moved to Venice from a totally different astrogeography in Florida. And I remember visiting here, and I said to my astrologer back then, years and years ago, 25, I said, why do I feel so happy and creative and pretty in California? I was like, I felt like a different person. And that's when I first heard about astrogeography. And she said, that's because you have Jupiter there. And when you get there, thousands of people will want to hear what you have to say. Nobody wanted to hear what I had to say in Florida. I promise you. And it worked. And then probably 11 years later, about 6 or 7 years ago, I was like, why don't I know how to do it? Like, why do I only know that California is good and India is good? What about everywhere else? because I'm supposed to travel for my North Node. My North Node's in the 9th house of foreign travel, and I'm like, I gotta know. So I studied, and I made a course so that you guys can know how to simply do it. I boiled down the information, so it's so simple. Happy Cancer season. You're always honoring and acknowledging the seasons, Brandon. I love it. And I have a Cancer moon, and I'm feeling it. You took the 60-minute. If you book the 60-minute session with me, do you need to send me information about when you were born? So when you book a session with me, oops, I hope we don't get cut off. I'll hang up soon, but when you book a session with me, you'll get an automatic questionnaire asking you your time of birth and what's up, or name some places you're interested in, and then we go in, and I'm telling you guys, I'm good. I'm good. So I sort people out. I liberate them. I'm the great liberator from what needs to not be being done to steps to get to what you need to do. So you can take the courses and do it yourself. You can get the complete life tools, and you can help other people and yourself, the people in your lives, or just do a session with me and I will dial it in. I'll trade you my Neptune line for your Jupiter line. Michelle, I have spent so much time on a Neptune line in Florida, kind of near, not even on it, and I felt it, and all over Europe. Neptune, bob up. I'm here to help you, pull you up every now and then. Neptune's magic. Neptune gets you with your spiritual family. I suffer on my Neptune lines, but I'm going to go to Europe. I'm not going to not go. August, your kitchen is literally my favorite kitchen ever. I love the vibe there. It's just an old IKEA kitchen with pink cabinets now, but there is something magic about it. This is where it all started. This kitchen made it happen. The light in here, the vibes. You're right. It's a vibe thing. It's not fancy. It's a vibe thing. It's a good old kitchen. Wow. All right. So you guys vote Venice. I think everybody watching me on Instagram is like, what? What? Dara? Venice Dara? Ben came here yesterday. He's never seen me in Venice. He's never been to Venice with me. He's been here before, once before. But when he walked up to my house, he was like, and he saw me and he was like it was just a different vibe. It's like a more open and magical. He felt like he was in a movie when he came here. He was just like, whoa. And the house and the feeling and the studio. So it's just different. Sedona's like the mountains and reclusiveness. I had 3 years of extreme quiet. 3 years of not being in the nonsense of what was going on here during COVID. I got to escape. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. I see why I left, because I'm having flashbacks of what it used to look like and be like. It's not like that now. It's so much better. Yeah, Ben has Neptune and Uranus, and I forget which angles, but it's like spiritual family, dreamy, tapped in, and also like genius from Uranus, and he is an Aquarius midheaven. So we'll make videos because he's coming back Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You can ask him. We'll do a YouTube live. You're enjoying me in Venice too. Most people do. Jenna messaged me and she's like, do you realize how right it feels for you to be in Venice? She's like, do you realize? I was like, I think I do. Astrogeography is a thing, you guys. You can't, but I believe we're pulled to certain places at certain times to get nutrients and learn lessons, and I did. So I'm gonna hang up before the battery dies. I don't really want to hang up. I'd love to make a tonic, but I saw my battery's low. You guys gave me a lot of thumbs up. Every comment that comes in, I see. Even if I don't get to respond at that moment, I read every comment that's left. He'll probably get some new spiritual hits here. He's doing it. He loves it here. He's like, Tara, this is amazing. We went around. We're going to go around some more. So lucky for this time, Jessica. I want to thank you guys for being here, because if you weren't here, it wouldn't be this love affair. Love you guys. I'll see you soon, and you're going to get your greens on. I'm going to forget to eat my salad. I'm going to eat it. Bye. See you guys soon. really soon, like tomorrow. Sorry, my big finger.